This is going to be the real question, is if it's going to fall or not. Okay. So yeah, so we'll finish our conjunction worksheet, and then we'll go into some poetry stuff, and then if we have time, we'll do a little bit with the soccer ball, just to kind of review some stuff. So let us work on our conjunctions. Here's your worksheet. All right. So we finished our first page, which is great. So number 9. Remember how last time we were reading them and we just put in all of the conjunctions just to figure it out? So another way to think about it is we use the conjunction so sometimes for like a consequence, like I missed school so I failed my exam kind of thing. So you can always think about that too, that a consequence or a sequence, A happened so B happened, kind of would help you out with the or part. And we haven't used, I don't think we've used nor yet, so we'll keep those two in mind. Do you want to read number 9 for me?
Yeah. She did want to play with Jill. She didn't want to play with Tim.
With Tim. Okay, so she did not want to play with Jill, and she did not want to play with Tim. She did not want to play with Jill, but she did not want to play with Tim. She did not want to play with Jill, or she did not want to play with Tim. She did not want to play with Jill, or she did not want to play with Tim. She did not want to play with Jill, nor she did not want to play with Tim. She did not want to play with Jill, yet she did not want to play with Tim. And she did not play with Jill, so she did not play with Tim. What do we think?
4.
4?
No.
Okay. So our words are and
yeah.
Maybe. So, but nor. Oh, you're just going for it.
No.
Yes, I think it could be. And she did not want to play with Jill, and she did not want to play with Tim. Okay. Do you want to read number 10 for me?
Yeah. Arlene? Arlene could not play with that boy. Arlene could not play with the other boy.
Okay. So Arlene could not play with that boy, and Arlene could not play with that other boy. Arlene could not play with that boy, for Arlene could not play with the other boy. Arlene could not play with that boy, so Arlene could not play with that other boy. Arlene could not play with that boy, but Arlene could not play with that other boy. Arlene could not play with that boy, nor Arlene could not play with the other boy. Arlene could not play with that boy, so Arlene could not play with that other boy. So? Maybe. Maybe because she couldn't play with one boy, she couldn't play with the other boy? Maybe. So you could use, maybe this is one of those ones where you can use more than one. So we could use so. So what else could we use?
And?
So we can use and you know what else we could use?
But?
I don't think but. If it was saying she could play with the other boy, then it would be but. I think this one, you know how it says we can take out some words? You can rearrange or add words in the sentence to make it sound better, but only if it's necessary. So we haven't used this one yet, but I think you could use nor. So Arlene could not play with that boy, nor could she play with that other boy. You know, that's kind of weird. That's kind of a little older English sounding. So you could do so or and. Which one do you want to use?
So.
So? Okay. You want to read number 11?
Let's go to the swimming pool. How do you say pool?
Pool.
It's not outside the house.
Yeah, it's hot inside the house.
Oh.
Okay.
It's out.
Yeah, it looks kind of like not, but it's hot. It should have a taller line, but it doesn't. All right, let's go to the swimming pool for it's hot inside the house. Let's go to the swimming pool and it's hot inside the house. Let's go to the swimming pool so it's hot inside the house. Let's go to the swimming pool, but it's hot inside the house. Let's go to the swimming pool, nor it's hot inside the house. Let's go to the swimming pool, yet it's hot inside the house. Or let's go to the swimming pool so it's hot inside the house.
But.
Let's go to the swimming pool, but it's hot inside the house. Do you think
Are.
that?
Are.
And?
Say are.
Are? Or? I don't think. Oh, yeah, or. Or is an option, but that's not the correct option. So we're saying we're going to the swimming pool because it's hot inside of the house. So how else could you say that without saying because?
Yeah.
Yet it's hot inside the house?
No.
And it's hot inside the house? I don't know. It doesn't sound quite right to me. Does it sound right to you? No. What about, this one's a little weird. What about, let's go to the swimming pool for it's hot inside the house? Because it's kind of like another word for because. Like, it's hot in the house, so let's go to the swimming pool.
So I suppose
For, yeah. Okay. What about number 12? What's it say?
I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink.
Okay. I don't want to eat and I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat for I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat so I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat but I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat nor I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat yet I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat or I don't want to drink.
But. Or and.
But or and, which one do you think it is? Let's say it again with either one. So I don't want to eat, but I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat and I don't want to drink. And? I think it's and. I don't want to eat and I don't want to drink. Do you think that that could be, if we were going to rewrite that sentence completely, do you think we could make it shorter?
What sentence?
This sentence, number 12. I don't want to eat and I don't want to drink. Okay. Do you think, how would we shorten it?
How?
What words would you take out? Do you think we need to say that we don't want to drink or we don't want to eat? Do you think we have to say I don't want to twice? Or do you think we could just say it once? We could say I don't want to
drink. I don't want to.
And eat. I don't want to drink and eat. I don't want to drink or eat.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we use a conjunction, you can make it shorter by having one thing. Kind of like Arlene could not play with that boy, so Arlene could not play with that other boy. So you could say Arlene could not play with that boy or the other boy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So sometimes we can kind of shorten it. Okay, do you want to read number 13 for me?
I don't want to practice playing my
Violin.
violin. I don't want to
Disobey.
disobey my brother,
Mm-hmm.
my mother.
So I don't want to practice playing my violin. I don't want to disobey my mother. I don't want to practice playing my violin, and I don't want to disobey my mother. I don't want to practice playing my violin, but I don't want to disobey my mother. I don't want to practice playing violin, so I don't want to disobey my mother. I don't want to practice playing violin, for I don't want to disobey my mother. I don't want to practice playing violin, nor I don't want to disobey my mother. I don't want to practice playing violin, yet I don't want to disobey my mother.
Yeah.
And?
Yeah.
I think this one can also use a couple different ones. So you can use and. What else could you use? But. There's one more you could use. I think you can also use yet.
Yet.
I don't want to play my violin, yet I don't want to disobey my mother. I think and or but sound a little better, but I think yet could be used. So which one do you want to use? And, but, or yet?
Yeah.
You want to use yet? Okay.
How to spell yet?
You had it right, just without the S or the S. So it's Y-E-T. So it's like yes, but with the T. Okay, you want to read number 14?
I want to own my own company. I want to pay all my workers a lot of money.
Hey, that's like what you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Alright, I want to own my own company, for I want to pay all my workers a lot of money. I want to own my own company, so I want to pay all my workers a lot of money. I want to own my own company, or I want to pay all my workers a lot of money. I want to own my own company, yet I want to pay all my workers a lot of money. I want to own my own company, but I want to pay all my workers a lot of money. I want to have my own company, and I want to pay all my workers a lot of money.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I want to do both of these things. Okay, so just like the other sentence that we had and in, how could we shorten the sentence?
Number 14?
Yes.
I can take that off one. I want to own my company. And
you're doing so well. I want to own my own company, and do we have to say I want to again? No. So then take out I want to, and then put it all together. I want to own my own company and
pay
pay what?
my money to my workers.
Yeah, pay my workers a lot of money. Okay. Can you read number 15 for me?
I need to go to the store. I am feeling too sick to drive.
Okay. I need to go to the store and I am feeling too sick to drive. I need to go to the store for I'm feeling too sick to drive. I need to go to the store so I'm feeling too sick to drive. I need to go to the store but I'm feeling too sick to drive. I need to go to the store nor I'm feeling too sick to drive. I need to go to the store yet I'm feeling too sick to drive. I need to go to the store or I'm feeling too sick to drive.
But?
You could use but. Could you use anything else? And?
Yeah.
I don't. You could use and, but I think using but.
Yet.
Yes. So most places where you use but, you could also use yet. So I need to go to the store, but I'm feeling too sick to drive. Okay, 16.
Rabbits make good
Pets?
pets. They don't make too much noise. And they are clean.
Okay. Rabbits make good pets, for they don't make too much noise and they are clean. Rabbits make good noise and they don't make too much noise and they are clean. Rabbits make good pets, so they do not make too much noise and they are clean. Rabbits make good pets, nor they don't make too much noise and they are clean. Rabbits make good pets, but they don't make too much noise and they are clean. Rabbits make good pets, or they don't make too much noise and they are clean. So, maybe. Remember, we use so for a consequence, you know? So, if we were saying, remember you could say, rabbits make good pets because they don't make too much noise and they're clean. What usually do we use for because?
Yet.
Yet. Not quite. And?
Yeah.
Normally you could use and, but they already use and later in the sentence, so maybe we should use something else. So remember when we use because, sometimes we can use the word for. Rabbits make good pets, for they don't make too much noise and they are clean. Are?
Yeah.
Well, R is not one of our options. So close. So rabbits make good pets, for they don't make too much noise and they are clean. Remember when we use because, we can use for sometimes.
For, right?
Yes, for. Okay.
I want to go to the
Circus?
circus. I want to ride a pony.
Yeah, a pony. All right. I want to go to the circus, for I want to ride a pony. I want to go to the circus and I want to ride a pony. I want to go to the circus, so I want to ride a pony. I want to go to the circus, but I want to ride a pony. I want to go to the circus, nor I want to ride a pony. I want to go to the circus, yet I want to ride a pony. Or I want to go to the circus, or I want to ride a pony. And? You could use and. Could you use anything else?
But
Not
yet.
quite. Not yet.
For?
You could do or. So you give options. I want to go to the circus, or I want to ride a pony.
I did not my homework. My parent punish
Punished.
me.
Yes.
What does that mean, punish?
Punish means to, like when you do something bad. Have you ever been grounded? Yeah, so that's kind of like, it's like a punishment. It's something that you either have to do or something that you receive when you get in trouble. You get punished, usually. So sometimes it's like your parents will take away your phone, or they'll say you can't leave your house for the rest of the night, or they'll make you like take out the trash every day the rest of the week, and so that's a punishment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't do my homework, and my parents punished me. I didn't do my homework for my parents punished me. I didn't do my homework, so my parents punished me. I didn't do my homework, but my parents punished me. I didn't do my homework, nor my parents punished me. I didn't do my homework, yet my parents punished me. I didn't do my homework, or my parents punished me. And?
What so?
I think it's so. I think so makes no sense, but you could use and. So, I didn't do my homework, so my parents punished me. Okay.
I have never visited
Asia. Mm-hmm.
I have never visited Africa.
Perfect. Africa. So I have never visited Asia, and I have never visited Africa. I have never visited Asia, for I have never visited Africa. I have never visited Asia, so I have never visited Africa. I have never visited Asia, but I have never visited Africa. I have never visited Asia, nor I have never visited Africa. I have never visited Asia, yet I have never visited Africa. I have never visited Asia, or I have never visited Africa. And? You could use and. What else could you use?
But.
But? I have never visited Asia, but I have never visited Africa.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It makes sense if you said I've never visited Asia, but I have visited Africa.
Yet?
No, not yet.
So?
Maybe. I was thinking or. I have never visited Asia or Africa.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah. But I would say you could use and or.
Okay.
So I have never visited Asia, and I have never visited Africa.
You can make a big poster.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a little
Clay
statue.
Mm-hmm. So you can make a big poster, or you can make a little clay statue. You can make a big poster, and you can make a little clay statue. You can make a big poster, but you can make a little clay statue. You can make a big poster, so you can make a little clay statue. You can make a big poster, nor you can make a little clay statue. You can make a big poster, yet you can make a little clay statue. Or you can make a big poster, or you can make a little clay statue. And? Okay, you could do and. Can you do anything else?
But.
You can make a big poster, but you can make a little clay statue? Not quite. Close. Remember, usually it's but when it's two things that are different.
Or.
Yes, you could do or. So you can make a big poster, and you can make a little clay statue, or you can make a big poster, or you can make a little clay statue.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna have some kids coming down for some UNCW stuff.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
All right. Yay, conjunctions. What are they doing for UCW?
Just signing up for dual enrollment.
Oh, fun. I go to UCW, so that's why I was asking. All right. Poetry. Yay. Okay. So, I printed out a nice list of vocabulary for poetry because we have certain like poetry devices that we use when we talk about poetry, and so I printed out a list to make it easier, and then here's 2 different poems. So do you want to read the first one, How to Eat a Poem, for me?
Don't be polite.
Polite.
Polite. Polite beating.
Bite in.
Bite in. Pink. I don't know.
Pick.
Pick. Pick it up. Pick it up with your finger and lick. Juice that may run down your
chin.
It is ready and ripe now and never.
Whenever.
Wherever you are. You do not need
A knife.
A knife. Or fork or spoon. Or plate or
Napkin.
Napkin.
Tablecloth.
For there is no core or stem or ring or pint or seed or skin to throw away.
Okay. So, what do we think we're talking about? You don't know. Does it sound kind of weird to you?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't really understand all.
Okay. So, don't be polite. Bite in. Pick it up with your fingers and lick the juice that may run down your chin. It is ready and ripe now, whenever you are. You do not need a knife or fork or spoon or plate or napkin or tablecloth, for there is no core or stem or rind or pit or seed or skin to throw away.
I think they talking about like trash.
So they're talking about like, when you eat.
And you put out trash on the floor.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you eat food, you put trash on the floor. So I think it's talking about, so when you bite into something and you use a knife or a fork or a spoon, you usually do that when you're eating, right?
Yeah.
So it's saying, don't be polite. So don't like sit there. How do you eat when you're polite?
Huh?
How do you eat when you're being polite?
What does that mean, polite?
Polite means like nice to someone else, or you're trying to be like extra nice, like, oh, I'm gonna use my fork and my knife, I'm gonna cut it into very small pieces and take small bites and use my napkin and like tap my face with it, you know, that kind of thing, when you're being really polite. But when you're not being polite and you're at home and you're just like shoveling food in your mouth, that's how most people eat. So it says don't be polite, so you can eat it as messy as you want it to be. So bite in and pick it up with your fingers and lick the juice that may run down your chin. So it's saying you don't need a stem. It doesn't have a stem, a rind, a pit, a seed, a skin, or a core. So what are there like some foods that you can think of that normally have a core or a stem or a rind or a pit? Like what? What's a fruit that's red and it has a core?
Fruit. Watermelon.
Yes, there's watermelon, so you'd have to get rid of the rind on a watermelon. But what about
Orange.
an orange? You have to get rid of the rind on an orange. What about what's a food that has like that you don't eat all of it? You eat everything except for the middle.
Tomato. No.
Yeah, I mean you don't eat the middle of a tomato.
That's fruit.
A tomato is a fruit, yes.
I mean, like that thing that you say if you have something now.
I mean, I guess it counts for this. So she's mentioning all these things that usually have to do with food, usually with fruit. But do you think she's actually talking about fruit? No. So what is that called when you talk about something else in the place of something? You don't know? Let's look at our list. So it says Metaphor, a comparison between two things which are essentially dissimilar. The comparison is implied rather than directly stated. So, you think it's a metaphor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then, what's the difference between a metaphor and a simile?
Therefore, I don't know what it is.
A simile? So a
No,
simile...
like semaphore.
Oh, a metaphor?
Yeah.
So this is a metaphor. When you talk about one thing, but you're really talking about something else.
Oh.
Like if I was to talk about, let's say I was talking about playing a soccer game and how I fell down and hurt myself. But in reality, I'm talking about how I didn't study for my test and so I failed. You know? So that's like a metaphor. I'm using one thing to talk about something else.
Oh.
But a simile is a direct comparison. So you say she was burnt from the sun and she looked like a tomato. Yeah. So a simile usually uses the words like or as, and a metaphor does not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the metaphor that's happening in this? So she's talking about, what's the one thing she's talking about?
Trash. Like food.
Mm-hmm, food. Okay, so what is the food a metaphor for?
Food.
The food's a metaphor for food?
No.
No? Okay, what about the title? What does the title say?
How to eat a poem even.
Oh, that's her name, yeah. Eve Miriam. So, how to eat a poem. So we don't normally eat poems. We just read them.
Yeah.
Or write them. So if she's saying how to eat a poem, and she's talking about fruit, what do you think the fruit is a metaphor for because of the title?
You can read somewhere else.
Mm-hmm, you can read somewhere else. So she's saying, don't be polite, bite in, pick it up with your fingers, and lick the juice that may run down your chin. It is ready and ripe now whenever you are. So if we look beyond the words to the meaning, she's saying, don't try to do it perfectly. You know, don't try to be polite. Just dig in because it's ready for you when you choose to do whatever this thing is, right? So then it says, you do not need a knife or fork or spoon or plate or napkin or tablecloth. So those are all tools that we use for like eating, right? So you don't need the tools. You don't need any specific tools for this thing. There's no core or stem or rind or pit or seed or skin to throw away. So there's nothing that's going to stand in the way of you doing this thing. So if she's saying you don't have to be perfect about it, you don't have to have specific tools, and there's nothing that's standing in your way, and she's using fruit as a metaphor, she's using fruit as a metaphor for maybe how to read a poem or how to write a poem. Do you think that could be it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you saying yeah because I said it, or?
No, I.
Okay, so do you need specific tools to read a poem? Other than the ability to read?
I guess.
You guess? Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, it depends on the poem.
Yeah.
Do you think that you have to like ask permission before you read a poem?
Ask what?
Permission?
Guess. Yeah.
Yeah? I guess it depends on the poem.
Yeah.
So I think she's using fruit as a metaphor for poetry. She's saying, you don't have to be perfect at reading poetry. You don't have to, have a college degree to read poetry. You don't have to know every single thing about poetry to be able to read it and to be able to enjoy all of it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So poetry can sometimes be a little difficult to understand, but it can also be really fun. Like this was kind of fun, wasn't it? She was talking about fruit and all these different kinds of things. Yeah? Okay. Do you want to read the second part for me?
I am 14, and my skin has been.
I just want to let you know, I think there's like a big meeting that's going to happen.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys wanted to move. That's what Miss Lewis wanted me to let you know.
Okay, we can move to a table over there. All right. Do you want to do a quick relocation?
Yeah.
Okay. just go over here to this first table. Okay. Do you mind if I use your backpack again?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. Okay. Okay. Picking up right where we left off. Here's our terms. Okay. So, Hanging Fire by Audre Lorde. You sleepyhead today. Alright, you want to start that or you want me to start it?
I was
Okay.
I'm 14 and my skin
Mhm.
has betrayed
Betrayed.
me. The boy I cannot live with
Without.
without still
Sucks.
sucks. Hang through
His thumb.
his thumb. What does that mean, thumb?
To suck his thumb. It's like something that like little kids do. Like they suck on
Oh.
their thumb.
In secret.
Mhm.
How come my
Knees.
knees are always so
Ashy.
ashy? What if I did before morning and
Mamas.
mama's
Mhm.
in the bathroom with the door closed?
Yeah. So, I am 14 and my skin has betrayed me. The boy I cannot live without still sucks his thumb in secret. How come my knees are always so ashy? What if I die before morning and mama's in the bedroom with the door closed? So what's happening?
His mom is in the bathroom, man.
Yeah, her mom is in the bedroom with the door locked, or the door closed. So her mom is with her or not with her?
No.
Not with her. Okay. So her mom's not with her. Interesting to keep in mind for the rest of the poem. Alright. And everything else in the middle is kind of weird. And my skin has betrayed me, and the boy I cannot live without still sucks his thumb in secret, and how come my knees are always so ashy? Those are kind of random thoughts, aren't they?
Yeah.
So this girl is 14, so she's pretty young, and maybe her skin is not the best. Maybe she's got some acne going on. Maybe she has a lot of freckles that she doesn't like, and she likes this boy, but she thinks that he's immature. And then she says, what if I die before morning and mama's in the bedroom with the door closed? What do you think that means?
Like good.
Nothing good. Yeah. So she's saying, well, actually, we'll just keep reading. Okay. Do you want to read the second part for me?
Okay.
It starts right here, yeah.
I have to learn how to dance in time for the next party. My room is too small for me. Suppose I did before graduation. They will say melodies.
Melody is perfect.
Melodies, but finally tell the truth about me. There is nothing I want to do, and too much that has to be done. And Mama's in the bathroom with the door closed.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. We'll stop between the stanzas, is what it's called. So, I have to learn how to dance in time for the next party. My room is too small for me. Suppose I die before graduation. They will sing sad melodies, but finally tell the truth about me. There's nothing I want to do, and too much that has to be done, and Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. So, her mom is with her or without her? Or away from her? She's in the bedroom with the door closed.
She's with her, but it's
like in a different room.
Yeah.
Okay. So her mom is in a way not with her.
Yeah.
So her mom is still gone.
Yeah.
And she says, I have to learn how to dance in time for the next party. So why do you think she wants to learn how to dance?
Why?
Why?
Because she wants to be ready for next party.
And do you think that how would you feel if you went to a party and you were supposed to dance and you didn't know how?
Shy.
Shy? Okay. Shy. Maybe embarrassed. So maybe
What's that mean embarrassed?
Embarrassed means like, you know, when someone says something and you kind of feel like bad about it and your face turns a little red because you're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's embarrassed. Like if you tripped in front of a bunch of people and then they started laughing, you'd be embarrassed. So maybe she's like embarrassed about herself and she's embarrassed that she can't dance.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's embarrassed. And she's still talking about suppose I die. Before graduation, they will sing sad melodies but finally tell the truth about me. So do you think why do you think she keeps thinking about what happens if she dies?
She cannot graduation.
She can't go to graduation. That is true. But why do you think she's thinking about that? Why do you think she keeps saying, suppose I die? Or what if I die?
Because I guess her mom is not with her.
So she's wondering, like, what's going to happen if her mom's not with her. So, mom still gone again. And she says, there's nothing I want to do and too much that has to be done. Do you ever feel that way? Like you have a bunch of stuff you have to do, but you don't want to do any of it?
Yeah.
Usually schoolwork. Yeah, so she has to do things that she doesn't want to do, but she knows that she has to do them.
Yeah.
Do you think she's happy?
No.
No, why not?
Because her mom is in the bathroom. No. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because her mom's not with her,
Yeah.
because she doesn't know how to dance, so she maybe feels a little bit embarrassed about herself. She might be sad because maybe she thinks that people aren't telling the truth about how they really feel about her, and now she's got to do all this stuff that she doesn't want to do. So would you say that the tone of the poem, the overall feeling, is kind of sad so far?
What?
Do you think the overall feeling of the poem is sad so far?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay. Do you want to read the third stanza for me?
Yeah. Nobody even stopped to think about my side of it. I should have been a math team. My marks will be better than his. Why do I have to be done that one?
Wearing
Braces.
braces.
I have nothing to wear tomorrow. Will live long enough. How to say? No.
Long enough.
Long enough to grow up. And mama's in the bathroom with the door closed.
So nobody even stops to think about my side of it. I should have been on the math team. My marks were better than his. Why do I have to be the one wearing braces? I've nothing to wear tomorrow. Will I live long enough to grow up? And mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. So, what do you think she's saying? I should have been on the math team because my marks, which means like her grades, were better than his. Do you think she's happy, sad, angry?
Yeah. Sad.
Sad. Okay. Do you think she is frustrated because someone else got on the math team and she didn't?
Yeah.
Do you think she feels like people really care about her, or that people just kind of like overlook her? Like they don't pay attention to her? You think that they overlook her?
Yeah.
I think so too. And then she says, will I live long enough to grow up? And mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. So what do you think that means? Will I live long enough to grow up?
Grow up.
What?
Grow up.
Yeah, so like what does that mean? Do you think I will live long enough to grow up?
Can you repeat again?
Yeah. So what do you think she's saying when she's asking, will I live long enough to grow up?
What does she think about?
Yeah, like what is she saying? What does she really mean?
Attention.
She wants attention?
I mean, like.
So do you think
Stay
she's
with her
really
mom.
saying, will I live long enough to grow up, or do you think she's saying something else?
I guess maybe she say. Because maybe She don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that this poem focuses on a lot of questions? Like, how come my knees are always so ashy? What if I die before morning? Suppose I die before graduation. They will sing sad melodies. There's nothing I want to do and too much has to be done. Nobody ever stops to think about my side of it. Why do I have to be the one wearing braces? And will I live long enough to grow up? So there's a lot of questions, right? Do you think that she's asking these questions because she's talking to her mom or because she wants to talk to her mom?
Because she wants to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that she can talk to her mom or do you think that she can't?
I think she can.
She can? Okay, why do you think so?
Because she has to say what she thinks about.
Mm-hmm. So it says, and Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. So if her mom is in her bedroom with the door closed, do you like to bother people when they have their door closed?
What do you bother?
Bother, like do you like knock on the door and like go in and try to talk to them, or do you usually leave them alone if the door is closed?
Leave her alone.
Leave it alone. So do you think that she feels okay asking her mom, or do you think she's trying to leave her mom alone?
She tried to not leave her mom alone.
Mm-hmm. She's trying to leave her mom alone, but she has all these questions. So do you think part of the poem is talking about all the questions and thoughts that she has that she wants to talk to her mom about, but she can't?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be like the tone. So can you read what tone means for me? It's the bottom one right there.
So it's not
Poets.
poet.
Mm-hmm.
Attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Towards his her subject or
Mhm.
with it. It is similar to tone
Mm-hmm.
of both
Voice. Mm-hmm.
but should not be confused
Mm-hmm.
with mood
Mood. Mm-hmm.
or
Atmosphere.
atmosphere and others too
Mm-hmm.
might
Might.
be sarcastic,
Mm-hmm. Sarcastic. Perfect.
sincere,
Sincere.
humorous.
Humorous. Mm-hmm. So then, what does... Let's see, do I have mood on here? I don't think so. So, someone's mood is like how they feel about something, and their tone is how they talk about that something. So what do you think her mood is?
Terrible.
Her mood is terrible? Okay. That is true. Her mood's not super good.
Yeah.
She's thinking some sad things and wishing that her mom was there. Okay. So then, what is her tone? Does her tone sound sad, or does it sound frustrated, or does it sound
Frustrated. How to say?
frustrated? Mm-hmm. You think she's a little frustrated with her mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, so you see how she like expresses a lot of different things without just saying them? Mm-hmm. So that's what we call show, don't tell in writing. So you write specifically to show something instead of just saying it. So you wouldn't say, I'm sad. You would show it by saying, I sat in my room and I listened to some music and I didn't want to talk to anybody. You know, does that make sense? So you're showing them I was sad without saying I'm sad. So that's what a lot of people do in poems. So we're going to write a poem. So we're going to write a poem that says, write a poem based on something you see around you. So you could even just write about a random person that you make up, but since there's people around us, then there you go. You could base how they look on someone around us. Or you could write a poem about a book, or you could write a poem about the library. You could write about anything that's around you, but use something around you to inspire you.
Oh, I've never write a poem.
You've never written a poem? Oh, it's super easy. It's just like a little short story. It says 5 to 7 sentences, and it can even, a sentence can be 2 words.
Really?
Yeah, it could be like, I sit in the library. The future and the past are all around me. I must decide whether to move forward or to move backward or to live in the in-between. That would be a poem. See? So you get like 12 minutes to write a poem. I believe in you. It doesn't have to be super long.
Can I?
Okay?
Can I talk about all that stuff?
All of them?
All that thing? No, different things.
Yeah, you could talk about different things. Because then if you talked about different things in the library, you'd still be writing about the library. Does that make sense?
But if I don't want to write about the library,
Mm-hmm.
can I write something else
Yeah.
about soccer? No.
You can't, well, technically you can see a soccer ball. So, yes, you can write about soccer.
Yeah.
Yes. You got lucky that I grabbed the soccer ball today. Okay, so if you write about soccer, you have to write it based on the soccer ball, which means you have to write it based on this soccer ball.
Okay.
So you have to mention the lime green soccer ball in your poem of some kind.
Soccer ball. Around, how to spell? A.
Around.
A.
A-R-O-U-N-D. Around. Okay. What does this say? Is the future. Okay. So the soccer ball has two lines around it and is green and is a green ball. The soccer ball is the future for the people who want to play soccer. Okay. So how could you make that, how can you show it without saying it?
How?
How? Yeah. What if you start with, so the ball has two lines around it?
I said two.
Yeah, you said two. I think it's a two.
A.
Oh, has a line. It's got several lines.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, what if you said several lines around and green all over? That could be the start. So several lines around and green all over.
So, alright.
But you can write that and then you keep going.
More?
Yes, more.
How is it?
I said several lines around and green on top.
Several. What is it?
SEVERAL. Alright, here, let's look at yours and let's see if we can come up with a poem together. The soccer ball has a line around and is green. The soccer ball, and is a green ball. The soccer ball is the future for people who want to play soccer. The soccer ball has several lines and all around. So what if we said, so remember we want to talk about something without saying it directly. So, lines all around. Green on top.
Line black.
Line black. You could say line black.
Because
Line black. Toe to toe. Right, because you can kick it with your toe. Toe to toe. Back and forth. What if you said more than an object? More than an object, more than an object, part of the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so more than an object. Part of the future. Alright, so this stays right here, and listen to it. Lines all around, green on top. Line black, toe to toe, back and forth. More than an object, part of the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the ball, do you see that we're talking about the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you would write a poem about the soccer ball. You would leave out exactly what it is, and you would say things that allude to it, that kind of make sense or sound like it.
Okay.
So you got a good basis. You have your idea. You just have to put it into poetry form. So, all right, you want to hear mine and see if you can guess what it is? Okay. I am the past, crinkled and doggy-eared, bookmarked and seen, bound and tucked away. Few see me, even fewer wish to know me. So I sit, I wait until one day the past becomes part of the future. What do you think that is?
What about your future?
It's about my future, yeah, it has to do with the future. So if it says, I'm the past, crinkled and doggy-eared, bound and tucked away. So what does that refer to?
About years?
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 Ears, yeah. So if you doggy ear something, it means that you like tuck the corner of a page.
Yeah, like that.
So if I'm tucking the corner of a page and I'm part of the past, and
Oh, your doggy was like.
Never
mind.
Okay. So if I'm tucking the ears and it has a it's bound, so it has a binding. What is that? We just used this the other day for your exam. We had this big thing, it had a bunch of words in it. Maybe a history book?
History book.
Yes, because if it talks about the past and it has a binding, it's tucked away, and no one really likes to read history books, then there you go. Alright, so good job today. I'll stop that.